Well, actually, when I was going to school, I had a boyfriend, and I really liked him. And every afternoon, I used to be by him until one afternoon, we were in a weird position and we were kissing, and then we just end up having sex.
14 I get married and 15 we get my son. I started having sex at the age of 14. Unfortunately, I became pregnant at the age of 16. To be honest, I was excited, but all knowing the responsibilities behind having an unwanted pregnancy, I still go ahead and have my baby. He come home by Abdi's, and I get to see he get to see me, and he tell me like me, and me tell me like he, and well, we go and ask home for he, and he come back and ask home, and then we set up for marry, and then we go home and live, and then we get kids.
In my head, I was thinking that I'm with this guy for 3 years, and we're not having sex, and he can get a girlfriend, and she can do what me doing, so I just decided to give it to him, and I became pregnant.
I live with my father alone, and that is send me to school. I never used to go to school. I used to follow my cousins till I end up straying away from school. I never used to go to school no more. I used to go with my cousin, and she used to go by she boyfriend, and she used to encourage me for go, and I used to go with she until I end up till one she boyfriend friend end up liking me. Um, After that, we got married and me and he had sex and become pregnant.
The first, the second, the third try, I got pregnant. And he pulled out, but I still got pregnant. So know that. Don't let it come and tell you, but girl, if I pull out, you not get pregnant. You're gonna get pregnant, because I get pregnant.
Well, I had no idea that I was pregnant at first until I reached 3 months. And my friend observed my weird behavior, and she took me to take the pregnancy test. And when it came out that I was pregnant, I wasn't shocked because I know I didn't have sex with a condom, but it was kind of, I didn't know what to see or do.
I did the test about 4:30 in the morning, because if I did it later than that, my grandmother wakes up 5 o'clock or 5:30, so I might get catch doing it. So I wake up about 4 and I did the test, and I wanted to scream when I saw the results, but I just put my head in my pillow and I started to cry, because it's like I'm in fourth form, right in my last set of exam to go over to fifth form, and I was so good in school.
I asked my moment to tell you because my student answer. He said nothing. Daddy started crying. Daddy said, and use me only that and this you doing. And I turned and said, Daddy sorry. And Daddy started crying. I feel sorry for my father. The other week he carried me for giant clinic.
Well, me not go back to school when my grandma get to hear that me like bite. She not send me back to school. She stopped me completely.
It was really challenging to go to school and to have to study and to take care of the baby. It was really, really, really hard, because I'm not working. I'm not getting support from my mom. The father, he take up his responsibility after my grandmother died.
Well, the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, sees adolescent pregnancy as a huge problem, and feel that there must be strategies to prevent adolescent pregnancy. And for those girls who would have already become pregnant, there must be strategies to reduce and to enable them to prevent unwanted pregnancies during that period of their lives.
We're working with the Ministry of Education to ensure that after the young lady gives birth, that she is able to return to school. We want to support our women in that regard because education is important, and we want them to understand that there are still opportunities available out there that they can benefit from.
Teenage pregnancy is not only limited to health. Teenage pregnancy has this well put together presentation promises to think as a developmental issue. Every time a young lady gets pregnant, a teenager, unplanned, and especially some of the ways that the testimonials tell us from the actual young women who became pregnant in teenagehood, our future is jeopardized.
The big problem is lack of education, information and services on sexual and reproductive health and comprehensive sexuality education, which is important for them to be able to make decisions and to understand how their bodies work so that they don't engage in unprotected sex, engage in sex, at that very early age, because 12, 13, 14, 15, they're still children. And it's difficult for children to bring up children, and then it has other implications, health implications, social implications for them.
We need to get to the schools. That's where the problems start. And it's a problem of ignorance. Access to proper reproductive health education. Not that they're not efforts, but probably we need to review these and model them.
What I know has been happening with the organization we work, they have been advocating at the level of individual schools for the girls to return to school, and some of the principals, based on advocacy, have allowed them to re-enter school, and all of them that go back to school have been doing very well.
In the health and family life education curriculum in our schools, sex education should also form a very integral part of that program.
And with Women Across Differences, a non-governmental organization based here in Georgetown, we have a comprehensive empowerment program for adolescent mothers. This program began in 2008, and so far we have seen quite a lot of success from the girls. Based on the assessments Women Across Differences has been doing, 90% of the girls who have attended the programs have not had a second or third pregnancy, because some of them went into the program with 2 children. So there's a lot of success. Quite a few of them have moved on have been reintegrated back into school, did their CXCs, got good grades, and have gone on to other tertiary level institutions.
In addition to that, we also make sure that we provide entrepreneurial skills for the adolescent teenage mothers. Another big part of it was to promote sexual reproductive health, because we want to make sure that they use family planning method and things like that. The main aim of Women Across Differences is the empowerment of women and girls through access of social and economic resources.
Going to what my self-esteem has grown, my knowledge has increased, because I never knew about contraceptive, I never knew about the different STIs.
Thanks to UNFPA for giving WA the opportunity to invest and to change lives and to make a difference for this very target group, because we know it's a challenge out there. We know it's a problem for them to have, they're young, they want different things in life. They want to work, they want to see good of themselves, and we know that their self-esteem has been enhanced, and they speak differently. We see changes in behavior and all of that. So the program is very successful. So because of the success of the program, I think WA will be grateful to expand the program.
My advice to young people: put off sex for now and focus on your studies, because sex can wait. Sex can wait, and baby is not something easy. It comes with a responsibility. It takes time, it takes energy. You have to have patience, and if you're an angry teen, you cannot take care of a child.
Think carefully and not allow yourself to get carried away. No one should have unprotected sex because there are many risks associated with that. For women, you can become pregnant, but you can also stand the risk of getting an STD or a sexually transmitted disease of some sort.
We also need to speak to parents. I think it's important for parents to also talk with their children. Very often we focus on the school and the health centers and so on, but I think the first teachers of children are the parents, and parents themselves need to understand the importance of talking to their children about sexual and reproductive health as well as sexuality education.
Well, my advice to young girls who are having sex at an early age is to use a condom all the time and use it correctly.
I would advise teenage girls, please, even if, we get advised to don't have sex, and I know, ain't nobody that could stop us from having sex, even if you want to, but please try to use a condom. It's 99% safe, so you wouldn't have an unwanted pregnancy, but still do what's right. Taking your subjects and be independent, because I'm home. It's a bit difficult compared to the life I had before. You're free, you could go, but
Miss, I advise them now for you go and have sex with no badness, because right now it's hard in this time. And why don't you me want no other girls got you right?
Don't get married in the early age, to go take them school and go farther, that they could fall into a good job and they could be better than here, what I am being here today.